Okay, so this training is going to be covering mindset, and in my personal opinion, this is going to be the most important video in this entire training series because whenever people quit or don't make it in this business, it's because their mindset wasn't strong enough. That's what I truly believe. Whether it's because they didn't have long-term vision or they didn't have a strong enough why or whatever it was, I think it all honestly comes down to mindset. And this is probably going to be the most revisited video, or it should be, in this entire series because as your business grows and as you grow, you are going to have a change in mindset as well, obviously. And when you go back to this video, you're going to pick up new information. So make sure that you revisit this. And that's why I'm also recording it to have that ability. Again, this is not to replace live training events, but it is just to supplement it. But this is going to be a huge tool for new people on your team, as well as people who are maybe struggling and they need to relaunch. They can go through this and kind of checklist, okay, am I doing this? Am I thinking about these things? Am I considering these things? So hopefully this helps. The first thing I'm going to talk about is called a bear attitude, okay? And if you have your CSP or your comprehensive success packet, it's on the second page, so you can kind of follow along, okay? And you can find that packet on kyanilaunch.wordpress.com. I mentioned it in the previous video. Go there and download CSP Finals. So what bear mindset stands for is belief, enthusiasm, action, and results. And there's a reason why it's in this particular order, okay? Because belief comes first, okay? Now belief in what? Belief in Kyani maybe? Yes, of course that helps, but I mean belief in your leaders. Belief in the system, belief in yourself, and belief in our mission. That's the breakdown of belief. And so belief in your leaders, what do I mean by that? I mean trust your mentors. Trust that when people aren't being coachable, I feel like it's because they don't believe that that leader can take them where they want to go. And you have to remember that if someone has results that you don't have yet, you need to humble yourself and listen. And that's something that you'll notice about all of the top earners in our team are some of the most humble people. And that's why they continue to win. That's why they continue to grow, is because they're still staying coachable to their mentors. Okay? Even if, you're just like, I'm only going to follow the diamonds and above. No, maybe they don't have time to work with you personally, but if you're working with a sapphire, a ruby, and they have results, if they have their car and you want the car, you better listen to what they are telling you. Same thing for if you're a ruby or a sapphire, you're like, ruby or emerald, let's just say, and you're just like, well, I already have results, I'm good, I know what I'm doing. No, you still need to humble yourself and trust in your leaders, believe in your leaders, because someone else still has more results than you do, and if someone is where you want to go, you better do what they've done. So, and they're going to show you how to do that. And plus, trust the fact that our organization is outstanding in the sense that we've established a culture where everyone sincerely wants to see you win. And that is something not to be taken for granted at all, because you don't find that anywhere else. Not in corporate, that's for sure, but even in network marketing. I remember when I first got started, I was a garnet, okay, not even a jade yet, and one of my friends, she was already an emerald, which is a six-figure position, if you didn't know that yet, in our comp plan. And I asked her some questions, and she just poured into me as if she was my personal sponsor. I was like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And she just gave me all of her golden nuggets, was so willing to help. And she is not even in my upline or my downline. She's what we call sideline, as in she does not get paid on any of the production that my team does. And so that's what we have here in Team Fusion. And just understand that it's not something to take lightly. So trust in your leaders. I think I've made that enough of an emphasis. Next is belief in the system. Okay, so system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. I just did that so sporadically. Save yourself time, energy, and money. There we go. So if you were the first to go diamond in Kyani, then you needed to create and establish a system. But thankfully, there have been several, hundreds of diamonds who've already done it. We just need to follow their footsteps, okay? And we need to follow what they've done. So what is the system, though? I know that sometimes in testimonials or in trainings, they just say, follow the system, follow the system. And some new people are like, I'd love to, but what is it, okay? The system just includes how we invite, how we share the business, how we share the product, how we train, okay? It's just how we do things. And if it already works and has proven results, then that's what you want to follow. We don't want to recreate the wheel and waste time, energy, and money. Okay, and if you don't want to follow the system, that's fine. I just can't guarantee you results. Okay, because this system has already been proven, and it's obviously working very well for Team Fusion. So the next thing would be to have belief in our mission. Okay, if you didn't know what that was yet, Team Fusion's mission is to save 1 million lives by 2018. And I think being part of something that's outside of you, something that's greater than you, it makes you more purpose-driven. And you can take pride in being part of an organization that has a goal like that, and it's very exciting. And just understand that you, even as an individual, you and the team that you're going to create are going to be a major contributing force in helping us reach this achievement. So believe in our mission. The last thing is belief in yourself. Okay, oftentimes I see in this industry, or especially in Team Fusion, because people are getting promoted so fast, super fast, is that people become spectators instead of players. And they start to believe in other people, like, good for you, nice, that person did a great job hitting emerald in a day, right, because it's happening. But what happens is they start to watch others out in the field who are building the business, making it happen, getting results, and then they don't realize that they just voluntarily benched themselves. And it's the worst thing that you can do, because all of a sudden you start to get frustrated when really you should be using that as inspiration, as accountability, as healthy competition to kind of refuel your business. And if you don't believe in yourself, or if you're lacking that, that's okay. It's natural. But my suggestion to you would be to plug into success stories. If you YouTube Kyani video, so this is what we call rolling with the punches and adapting, and I didn't want to re-record this again. So let's see here. Okay, so we were talking about belief in yourself, using that as accountability and inspiration, healthy competition when you're seeing others getting promoted. However, what is my suggestion to you if you are lacking belief in yourself? Plug into YouTube, type in Kyani video, that's one word. Look up success stories. Actually, it's on there. If you just type in Kyani video, you scroll down the page, it says success stories. Those are people who've reached the position of diamond and above outside of Team Fusion. Same thing with if you YouTube Team Fusion lifestyle. Those are promotions of people on our direct team of emeralds and above. And that's where you can kind of get some insight on the background, the personal stories of people who've had success here. And this is not to de-edify any of the leaders, but if you learn some of their backgrounds and their stories, you would be like, wow, I can totally do this, okay? And so that's why it's so exciting. Team Fusion is so diverse. We just, we have an 18-year-old diamond who's earning 6 figures a year, who dropped out of high school, got her GED, went to college, but then dropped out of there because school wasn't for her, but she has an above-average desire. She has an above-average work ethic, okay? And we also have someone who's 82, who just went Pearl, which is awesome. So we have all walks of life seeing success here, so why not you? Okay, so plug into those resources and understand that you can do this. So the next part of Bear Attitude that I'm going to be talking about is enthusiasm. Okay, so this just means being all in and sold out. Actually, one of my first mentors told me that the last 4 letters of enthusiasm stands for I am sold myself. Okay, you are sold out, and what that does is it gives you the conviction necessary to recruit effectively. And the example that I want to use here is, for example, if you've ever had a professor or a coach who was passionate about what they did, and then you've also had a professor or coach who was just there for the paycheck, you could see a huge difference, and you could feel, who was excited and would be there just to be there for free, right? Because they love what they're doing. Who inspired you more? Who were you more inclined to listen to? The person who was passionate, enthusiastic about what they were doing, or the person who was just there to pay the rent? Okay? So the same thing applies here. And not only that, but people are attracted to excitement because in their everyday lives, it is just mundane and monotonous. And when you disrupt that with your excitement and positivity, they're drawn to that. They're attracted to that, and they actually want to be a part of what you're doing, or at least they want to take a look and see what you have your hands on. Okay, so next in bear attitude is action. Okay, now why does enthusiasm come before action? Is because you need to be taking inspired action, not dead action going through the motions like we were just saying. Now, what action? Now we know how to do it, and the answer is do it excitedly, right? But what action to take? You want to be doing what we call IPA, or income producing activity. Okay, this just means that you are, in the list here, if you print it out, making calls or inviting, sharing the product, sharing the business, following up and showing up, okay, staying plugged into events. Those are all income producing activities. Or even building relationships. To me, in my personal opinion, that still qualifies as income producing activity because this is a relationship business. And what do I mean by non-IPA? And you're going to catch yourself doing this is when you're just thinking about Kyani, dreaming about Kyani, thinking about plans about what you're going to do, and then you never take actual action on it, and then you wonder why you don't have results and you get frustrated. So remember, you focus, okay, why am I not getting results? Am I taking income producing action? Okay. Once you've established solid belief, you have enthusiasm, and then you take inspired action. That is what's going to yield you results. Okay. What do I mean by results? I mean personal growth, skills, increased confidence, paychecks, or maybe a new client or a new partner. Okay. And what do I mean by personal growth? I mean people will notice when you are more confident, you're more excited about where you're going, and your relationships improve because of the personal development that you're going through in this business. And then basically you become a person worth following. Now, why did I put that before, a paycheck? Because as Jim Rohn says, who's one of the mentors in this industry, one of the major mentors in this industry, and I talk about it in a different video, he said personal development comes before the fortune. And that is very true because your level of income, like you may luck out and get a couple checks here and there in the beginning because maybe your upline helped you build some of your business, and that's okay. Or maybe just off pure excitement in the very beginning was enough. But sustained income in this industry will never surpass your level of personal development. So it's very true that personal development comes before the fortune. Another form of results is skills that you've acquired. Okay, the beauty of this industry is that it's a learn and earn as you go. Okay, in college it's kind of the opposite. It's like learn. Don't earn anything right until after you get out. But here you learn and earn as you go. And as you acquire those skills, you start to get the paychecks. Your checks start to grow. Your client base starts to grow, and your team starts to grow, which is really exciting. So why is it not bear? Or rabe. Why is it not rabe? And that sounds silly, but a lot of people enter this industry with that mentality. After I get a paycheck, then I'll believe that this works, and then I'll take action, and then I'll get excited. No, or why is it not bear? Well, no, we'll not go there, but basically there's a reason why they're in this order, okay, because belief comes first. Now I'm going to talk about your journey in network marketing, okay? If you follow along on this page, there's a little illustration that looks like this. Okay, and this is what one of my mentors illustrated to me, and because I'm such a visual person, this was really helpful, so I hope that it benefits you as well. So level 1, it's what we call running up an escalator that is going against you. So you're actually running upstream, okay, and this is where you are getting through a lot of rejection, you're learning the skills, you're getting uncomfortable. And at this level, you are what we call unconsciously incompetent. You don't know what you don't know yet. And then level 2, you start to kind of embrace the rejection. You start to embrace the discomfort, now knowing that success is going to be outside your comfort zone. So you start to live on the edge of your comfort zone. And then you become more skilled. So now you're becoming consciously incompetent. Now you know, okay, there's some skills I need to learn. And level 2, if you look at the diagram, you're not running against the current anymore. You're actually just running up a case of stairs. Okay, so it's still exerting energy, but it's not. At least it's not going against you. Level 3, this is where you are actually entering an escalator that's going with you. So now you're still exerting energy, but you're moving faster. And why is that? Because momentum is being created, your team is growing, you have a heightened level of skill, and now you are consciously competent. Now you're aware of your skill level, you're more aware of what you're doing it, and you're doing it the right way, like a professional. Now level 4, if you look on the diagram, after you climbed up the escalator that was going against you, and then you climbed up the staircase, and then you climbed up the escalator that's going with you, level 4 is just an elevator straight to the top. And so basically at this stage, whether you're working or not, no one can tell. And that is because not only have you become a leader, but you've successfully developed other leaders in your organization, and that's true leverage. And that is when you become unconsciously competent. Now you don't have to think so actively about doing the skills. How do I make a call? How do I close? How do I present? It's automatic. And the I guess saddest part, in my opinion, is that a lot of people, they quit by level 1. They can't, they don't have enough foresight or long-term thinking to understand that it's going to get easier, and there's just a learning curve for everyone, just like anything else. So emotional roller coaster is what you see on the bottom right here. We already talked about in the previous video, so I'm not going to touch too much on it. Just remember that the fastest promoted partners in our organization, and this is the same across the board, are the ones who have mastered the ERC, the emotional roller coaster, already. They understand that don't let your highs get too high, don't let your lows get too low, just keep it even keeled and just go through the numbers and train. And don't jump off. Don't jump off the emotional roller coaster, as in don't quit, okay? Now, long-term thinking. While you do have to build this business with urgency, because urgency is what creates momentum, you also have to be patient with the process. And I know that that can kind of be conflicting, but what that means is that, like I mentioned just a couple minutes ago, understand that there is a learning curve, just like with anything else. Just like on your first job, okay, you had to go through training, you had to learn the skills on how to do it. It's like the same thing when people enter into this business, they say, hey, I've been in for 11 days, I haven't gotten my paycheck, and I haven't gotten a business partner. I don't think this is for me. It doesn't make sense to me, because it's like showing up to college or to high school on the first day and saying, where's my diploma, right? You have to go through a process, and then you get the results. And part of the process is exactly what I've been talking about, learning the skills, embracing rejection, things like that. And so just don't expect instant gratification, because you have to learn the skills first. One of my mentors was just talking about how people, they want instant gratification. Same thing going to the gym. If I don't have my abs today, I am canceling the gym. Canceling the gym membership, okay? People want their ice cream before it's frozen, is what he said. I think that's very funny. So, and really, if you want to expedite the process, if you're kind of that impatient person, just be coachable, because being coachable, I promise you, is going to save you so much of a headache. And here's why: because your mentors already know what works and what doesn't, and they're going to tell you everything that works, because they want you to get promoted as fast as possible. So let's see. One more thing on that is to not come in this business with a conditional mindset. And by that I mean, don't say, if this doesn't work in 30 days, it's not for me. I could explain all these things behind it, but just don't. If you're coming in with like a toe in the water, that's just because you're lacking commitment. And if that's the case, that's okay, because that's very natural. The two reasons, in my opinion, why people aren't all in the beginning is either because they don't understand what they have their hands on in this industry, or they don't fully believe in themselves. So either you don't believe you can do this, or you don't believe that this industry works, which would be kind of silly, because all the results that it's already yielded for other people, all the people it's set financially free. So my suggestion for that, I've already talked about what to do if you don't believe in yourself yet. Plug into the resources, stay plugged into events, get to know the leaders and see that you can do this. But also read about the industry, okay? Things like a book called The 4-Year Career by Richard Brooke, Go Pro by Eric Worre, or even checking out videos on networkmarketingpro.com. Those are excellent resources to see, wow, just like Eric Worre says, network marketing, it's not perfect, but it is a better way. So if you're willing to commit 40 plus years in a career that will never set you financially free, why not commit 2 to 3 here? And so the last thing I'm going to talk about is being willing to pay the price. And by that I mean, and a lot of our leaders understand this, that freedom isn't free. A lot of people, they're in this maybe for different reasons. Maybe it's to pay off debt. Maybe it's because they want more time freedom. Maybe it's because they want financial freedom to be able to do what they want, when they want, wherever they want to. But freedom is not free. You have to be willing to pay the price, because nothing is free, right? It's kind of like the saying where they say everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. No one's willing to die. And just understand that when you take the time to learn the skills, be coachable, and stay plugged in with a bulletproof mindset, it's all going to be worth it. So I hope that this helped. I hope this added value, and I will see you in the next training.